Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 30 of our Coordinator Climb series here on Football Coach College Dynasty, where last we left off, we finished year five at Vanderbilt to, would say, kind of mixed results. We started 7-0. World was our oyster, but then we lose four out of the last five. We failed the SEC gauntlet without question. We did win the bowl game against USC. We blew them out 35-10, very encouraging. But nonetheless, this is the fifth year in a row that we didn't really come close to playing in the SEC championship game. And we were offered after last season the Oklahoma job. Debated it for a bit, looked at their roster, sort of the kind of team they had, and we elected to remain at Vanderbilt for at least one more year because our contract is up at the end of 2 seasons from now. So we were offered an extension. We declined. So that's just a house rule I do. I decline all extensions unless it's the last year of the contract. And now we find ourselves a very interesting situation. We don't have a lot of holes on our team. However, again, our offense is the weak point. Right now, the highest offensive skill we have is pass pro, which is an 81. Conversely, on defense, we have two that are an 85. So that is an issue that will need to get rectified somehow. And hopefully, the transfer portal, which we're going to run through here, will be the thing to do it. But I think the biggest kind of cloud hanging over this football team is Alex Palmer, who I would argue had a very disappointing season, certainly compared to how well he played as a freshman. As a sophomore, he attempted four more passes, completed two more passes. So his completion percentage was essentially the exact same. He did throw for about 240 more yards. However, five less touchdowns, five more interceptions, average more yards per attempt, yards per gain. Sacks were down, which is really good from our O line. However, I'm losing an entire starting O line unit again, so there's that. A lot less rush yards, same amount of fumbles. So I think we need to see improvement in the offseason. That is probably kind of the thing that doomed us in the offseason gain. His overall only went up by 3. His arm strength went up by 3, and then accuracy and IQ both by 2. So without question, we need to see more improvement. I would like at least one of those to go up by 5. I need the IQ to go up. Like, the man's been going between B and A minus potential, and his IQ has only gone up 3 in 3 different game periods. Not great. So, at the moment, Alex Palmer is still our quarterback. I went QB hunting in the transfer portal, and I'm going to be honest, no. There's way too much money that these 1 year guys were demanding. So I've made the executive decision to keep Alex Palmer. I think he's going to be our QB next year. And then we'll just see how things go. Who knows? Could be good, could be bad, could be in the middle. But let's talk transfers really quick. So, first of all, we have 10 scholarship spots open. Of those 10, we are currently looking at 2 high school recruits to add to our team. Roman Hardy, who is a 4-star O lineman from Louisville. Ironically, Louisville is the team I'm competing with for his signature. He's not great. His blocking is a 60 and a 61. He has 68 strength, but B minus potential. So probably a guy that, won't start contributing until, his redshirt sophomore season, most likely. But nonetheless, 4-star, good potential. Could be worse. And then Scott Willis, a two-star wide receiver. Very simple. He has A plus potential. It's about it. Can't catch, can't run a route. The weakest player on our team. He has A plus potential. He wants to be a star, which is a little awkward. Hopefully, he knows that his overall is so low, he's never going to see the field for a couple years. We'll see. But, you know, A plus potential. Who knows? We could hit a home run there. We'll see. So those are two recruits. So we're only looking at 8 transfers. I say only. That's more than we have like the last 2 years. So let me talk transfers really quick. I think our biggest position of need is running back. DeAndre Shorter graduated. Brian Eccles sucked. McNeil was okay. And so to that end, Logan McLaughlin, great name. Redshirt junior, so we're only going to get him for 1 year. Out of Penn State, he played the last 2 years and did really good. He fumbled 3 times in 2 years, which I'll take. Flirted with double-digit touchdowns, averaged 5 yards per carry this past season. They made the quarterfinals with him as their number one running back. I really like McLaughlin. If you look at his numbers, ball security is a 97. He's quick. He's evasive. I don't really care about the strength because I have other running backs for that. And he's got really good catching and route running. So I think McLaughlin is definitely our, third 3-down back. Can use him in a variety of situations. I like McLaughlin a lot. At the moment, we're competing with JMU, who has 100 interest, which is quite impressive. We're 318 points behind. I have already offered NIL. JMU has not. So we're going to kind of see how that goes. And then wide receiver. I lost 5 wide receivers. I need to replace them somehow. And to that end, I looked for 2 players. Firstly, Davis Hines, who is going to be in his second year as a JUCO player. And Hines is a speed demon, 94 speed, 87 evasion. Catching is solid. I'd like to see an improvement in the route running. He has a potential, which is really good, especially for JUCO players. You don't usually see that a lot. So he would walk in the door right now and potentially be our top wide receiver next year. However, this is what kind of terrifies me. He only had a catching percentage of 39%. I don't know if that's their QB, their offense, or him. That does worry me a little bit. He only had 9 catches all season. So that is something to keep in mind. But nonetheless, I think Davis Hines is going to be really good. We're fighting. He has 100 interest in me. So he really wants to come to Vandy, be part of what we're doing here. Competing with Auburn for his signature. Hopefully we can get him. And now a very interesting wide receiver, Colin Chang, who was a redshirt sophomore. So we're going to have 2 years from him out of Virginia Tech. He really only played this past season. Again, very low catch percentage, 33%. However, 25 yards per catch, 77 yards after catch, very strong. And he is also a speed demon, 96 speed, 85 vision. You can tell what I'm trying to do here. 80 catching, 73 route running. I think, again, he would probably be our wide receiver 4 right now, which I think is a good number for him. And we have some younger guys that they might not be as quick, but they're good catchers. So I'm kind of trying to diversify my depth chart a little bit. We're going to get Colin Chang without question. The only other schools interested are Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee, and they're 1,500 points behind. So Colin Chang will sign with us. Spoiler alert. Now let's look at O-line. So 2 transfers that I like. First is Cade Arnold, who was at UConn for 3 years and played every year. Like as a true freshman, he was racking up pancakes and sacks. He allowed 6. So that's that. But He only allowed 7 sacks the last 2 years, 20 plus pancakes in each. He has 90 strength, 85 pass block, 80 run block. The defense rests. I mean, this guy would be our best O lineman right now, and he has A plus potential. So he's going to get even better. We're 1,200 points ahead of Syracuse for his signature. Hopefully, we get him. I think this could be very, very good for us if we get him. The second guy I'm looking at is an interesting O line prospect named Clayton Love, a redshirt freshman from Bama. Essentially didn't play for 2 years. He has B plus potential. He has 82 pass block already, which I like. 77 strength, 74 run block is a little iffy. However, I foresee this guy as being like, the sixth or seventh offensive lineman, not part of the first group of five. But pass block, I think, is good enough. He could do a job. We'll see if we get him, though. I think of the transfers, this is the one I think I'll lose out on just by the math. TCU, they're 163 points behind. They haven't offered money yet. He's much more interested in them. So we may need to look at other options in that sort of O line grouping. Next, we'll look at D lineman. There's only one D lineman I'm really all that interested in, and he sucks. Mullen, sat at Central Michigan for 2 years. He has a potential. Like that's the only reason he's here. We're going to get him for 3 years. Even if he only plays his senior year, I think it's still a worthwhile investment. Get a guy in the building with a potential. Block shed already is okay. He just needs to work on, everything else. Linebacker. So, linebacker, I needed a top guy, and I definitely found him. Jonah Boyle played 3 years at Iowa, one at Illinois, and two things stood out. Firstly, the man was targeted 70 times last year. That's honestly impressive as a linebacker. Only allowed 34 completions. Very good in zone coverage. Man, not so much, but he's extremely well rounded. Like 94 block shed, 90 pursuit. Got the tackling already. Athleticism could need some work, but so be it. I mean, if you're that good in coverage, I don't care that your evasion's a 66. You know? So I think we get him in the building. He'll really help out our linebacker group a lot. I'm competing with Notre Dame and Northwestern, but he has 100 interest in me. We'll see how that plays. I think the good news is he does not care at all about stadium atmosphere, because if he did, I'd be screwed because Notre Dame is an S. And then the final transfer player we're looking at is true freshman, 5-star Cyrus Hodges. Appeared in 4 games. If that number was a 5, I would throw something at my screen. Cyrus Hodges, 5-star OSU. It is very clear what kind of corner he is. He has 95 speed, 93 man. Everything else is terrible. So very much a slot guy. I think we're kind of transitioning defensively away from zone into a more man scheme, I think. Well, not even necessarily scheme, more in terms of just play calling. Because that's something we identified facing the Georgias, the Auburns, the Bama of the world, is that they destroyed our zone. So hopefully Hodges can help us out in the man coverage department. But yeah, those are my transfers. I think we're in close battles for a lot of them. I've already offered scholarship and NIL to every single player. We have 1.28 in NIL remaining, which is not a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to advance to week once, and we will see where we stand in a lot of these races. All right, let's look. Oh, JMU, you suck. Yeah, yeah. We fell behind on Hodges, Love, and McLaughlin. So McLaughlin cares about money to the max, which is good. Love is extremely, Hodges is very. Isn't great. Do I think I can even make up? Yeah, like they offered McLaughlin 2 million. It's quite a lot. So let's see. I need to make up, let's just say 700 to make the math easy. So I need to offer him 300 points in NIL, which is about an additional 700,000. But even then, let's assume JMU gives a 300-point pitch. I essentially need 1,000, which I can't do. So best pitch plus money gets me 964. I don't think that's enough to get McLaughlin. I think I lose that. Because they have 100 interests. So even if they do target player, like that still might take me out of it. Because all they need is a 288-point pitch and he's theirs, which I think they have in him. So unfortunately, it looks like we're out on McLaughlin. So what I'm going to do is I am going to revoke my offer in my NIL. I'm going to take the integrity hit, but I'm getting the NIL money back, which is going to be worth a lot more. So McLaughlin is done. That does mean I have to look for another running back. That's not nothing. Okay, so TCU is 468 ahead. My best pitch brings us essentially even. So if I offer 500,000, that gets me 370 ahead. That might not be enough. A 1,000-point pitch, I think, should do it. Cyrus Hodges, I mean, I can't imagine Temple has that much money. So even if I up him, but Hodges doesn't care about money that much, but he's so young. Like I'm gonna have him as a redshirt freshman. So I'd rather pay to essentially guarantee his signature. All right, and the rest I'll do the best pitches I can. And then let me look at Hines for a moment. So Auburn offered money, but I'm still 800. Yeah, I think we're okay there. All right, let's look at running backs because now I need to find another one. Yep, revoked offer minus 7,000. It's a shame, but I mean, I would have liked to get him, but it is what it is. Yeah, we're not particularly close on a lot of these guys. Yeah, this could get ugly. This could get ugly. Raymond Curry is good. I'd have to make up 2,700. Oh boy. One star. Fair enough. 63 ball security for Xavier Piper. Man, that is rough. I need to make up 1,600 for Middlebrooks. Jordan Sunderum might not be a terrible shout. He's not interested in me at all, though. Ooh, Luca Hollis. These guys are pretty good down here. You look at Luca Hollis for a minute. Oh God, yeah, he doesn't care at me at all. But I mean, his ball skills are already really good. His strength is a 55, which is tragic. He's going to be a redshirt junior. I'll add him to my list to look at him closely. Let me also add Middlebrooks. All right, let's take a look here. So if I offer them both scholarships, so Middlebrooks gets me 2,600. If I give my ace pitch, ha, the NIL money available, exactly what he wants. That's very funny. All right, that gets me 3,100. We are short by 600 points for Middlebrooks. It's rough. Okay. So Middlebrooks is a no. Let's look at Hollis. So I need to make up 1,800. Oh boy. Yeah, even my max number is 16. Man. Yeah, JMU getting us for McLaughlin like that is really bad. I mean, honestly, David Palomo wouldn't be a bad shout because you're banking on that potential getting you a home run. Problem is, though, he never played. Lucas Bay would almost be a better get, but like he really values playing time, which I don't have. And Bay just is not athletic. Like that's what sucks about this the most, I'd say. I'm tempted in Palomo. Or Bay. I'm going to add them both and we're going to see. We went from going after like one of the best running backs in the portal to what is essentially dumpster diving. All right, so Palomo, I need to make up 1,000, which I do. So if we want Palomo, we can take our shot. Lucas Bay, I need to make up 1,400, which we can do. All right, so we can get either of them. We just need to decide. I think Bay obviously has better ball skills, but he's not athletic. Palomo, slightly more athletic, but worse ball skills. I think I would rather go for Bay. And my argument being, I have a better hope of his athleticism exploding than Palomo's. Even then, Palomo has 71 ball carry vision. So I think Bay is who we're going to go for. Um, I'm not going to max out NIL. I mean, maybe I might as well. Let me look at the points ahead list again. So Hardy, I think we're okay. Arnold, I think we're okay. Hines, I don't think Auburn has a 900-point pitch in them. Similarly with Middle Tennessee. So the question is, do I want to give more money to Hodges, Love, or Bay? I think Hodges 800. So I am what? 575 ahead. I don't think Temple has that in. Clayton Love. Yeah, I think I've offered what I want. So then maybe we just give Bay a little bit more. So that's the money. That's the money. So I'm giving a 1754. So effectively, if Appalachian State does anything more than, I mean, they haven't even offered him a scholarship yet, to be fair. So we'll see what happens. But I think that's where I'm at financially. If we don't get a running back, like we're kind of doomed. So let me look at really quick. Um, Running backs that are unsigned. Are there any 3 stars that are unsigned? There is a JUCO guy. Let me scout him. Oh boy. Yeah, a couple of these guys don't have scholarships. So, all right, there's clearly a reason. Do we go for Hayden Davidson on blind faith? See what he's got? Do we go for Davidson on blind faith? He could suck, and he also wants to be a star. However, it's good insurance if we don't get Bay. Let's go for him on blind faith. Oh boy, this is disaster, folks. That's what this is. All right. Interestingly, 380, 380. Okay, he has the best pitch he can. Oh wait, no, I'm still looking at the priority order. Points ahead, please. Yeah, Love has the best pitch. Hodges has the best. Okay, so that's that. Um, on the off chance we get everyone on this list, because I have 10 scholarships, I'm looking at 11 guys. I think we just, yeah, Davidson's at the bottom. I think that's the move. Okay, folks, prepare your various lucky charms as we advance to signing day. Here we go. 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 I'm not nervous at all. All right, we begin 4-star, 5-star wide receiver out of Georgia, Davis Hines. Come on down. Auburn took their foot off the gas. We get Davis Hines, potential wide receiver 1, speed demon. Get him in the building. 3-star, also going to be a senior linebacker out of Illinois. Come on down. Very good. Cade Arnold, Three-star O lineman going to be a senior out of UConn. Come on down. Though Boston College offered 1.3 million and nearly got him. They were 175 off. Good for Boston College for making a shot there. All right, here we go. Here's the big one. Cyrus Hodges, corner, 5-star, true freshman. We get him from 10 points. 10 points. Oh my. I am so glad I offered that extra million. Holy. 10 points is huge. And we get a 5-star redshirt freshman. That'll do. Oh, Temple. If you're Temple, you're so upset right now. Clayton Love, 4-star, going to be a redshirt sophomore from Alabama. Comes to us. Yeah, TCU ran out. So I didn't need to offer, I think, as much as the 800,000, but still good thing to do to get him. So he's in. All right. Colin Chang, we know we're getting 3-star wide receiver out of Virginia Tech. Very good. Okay. Now here comes the fun part. Did we snipe running back Lucas Bay? No, we did not. We tried. We tried. We put a 1,700 point pitch there at the death. But Miami of Ohio, get him. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, you know, we didn't discover him until the end. I think if I discover him a week earlier, maybe, but we had no reason to go for him a week earlier. All right, so we don't get Bay. Scott Willis, we were the only team in on. Roman Hardy, we knew we'd get. And then we are getting Juco Heyman Davidson. I mean, he's not awful, but the D potential obviously is the sticking point. If this was like a B, I think you're feeling a lot better about yourself. So we'll see how Davison looks. Oh yeah, Emilio Mullen we get. So yeah, we got everyone, with the exception of Lucas Bay. So running back, we are unable to sort out, which is a little annoying. Can I look at running back? What order is this? Transfers, please. I only did a target player pitch. Well, that's upsetting. No, I wonder if they do something better if we're still fighting them in the race. But that is fairly upsetting. All right, here's our recruiting class. 3 5-stars, 1 JUCO, 2 transfer, 10-4, 3 nines, or 9 threes, 3 twos. So our team recruiting ranking still isn't going to be that great. Yeah, 27. The 3 stars bring it down. Or the 3 2-stars. Man, I cannot speak today. James Madison, 11. Screw you. All right, in the SEC, that was the 8th best recruiting class. It should be noted Oklahoma, the job we turned down, 6th in the SEC and 19th in the country. All right. I'm a little upset about McLaughlin, but so be it. But if we stay in the race for McLaughlin, that would have meant we offered him all of our money, in which case we don't have the money to offer Cyrus Hodges, the 5-star corner, and we don't get potentially either of those men. So I still think the correct decision. All right, prestige up to 6 is good, but we lose a lot. We get 7. So let's resolve our debts really quick. All right, NIL, I'm going to move it to the max. Stadium, I think to get it to 9 is what I wanted. Facilities, I'm not going to touch. College life, I think I'll just bring back to 9. Marketing, I can't get both, can I? No. In that case, let's put the max in our stadium. Because listen, if we're going to compete in the SEC, we need to keep upgrading our stadium. So I think this is the year to do that. So stadium goes up by 1, everything else stays where it's at. We also have max NIL 13 million. I think that is good for me. Here's the earnings breakdown. We lost out on 4.5 million because we did not beat Bama, Georgia, or A&M. However, since we won the Citrus Bowl, we got $7.5 million. That'll play. All right, booster updates. Talk to me. Another gold wouldn't hurt. All right, we get another silver. Beggars, choosers, etc. All right, so we get a pretty young silver donor. He's 39 years old. I'll take that. I mean, it's more money. Realignment. I'm not realigning anything. I wish I did because we are in the hell division of the SEC. That is it's kind of funny that the main draw for me with the Oklahoma job was that they're in the easier SEC division. Like that's not nothing. Okay, schedule configuration. So, well, right now I only have 4 home games, so that's not great. Um, okay, I have no outstanding out of conference contracts. I think week 4 needs to be a home game. I would like it against USF, could be fun. Louisiana Tech, our old friends. That's kind of fun. Let's have Louisiana Tech. Let's take on our old friends in week 6. At OSU week 1, I don't love. And also, Ball State is nothing to me. So let's try to get another home game. Facing like a top ACC team in Duke, I think could be a good barometer for where we're at. Because listen, we destroyed USC. So it could just be a thing where we're a good SEC team, but if we're in any other, division, we're taking conference, we're taking names. Let me look at my SEC schedule. So we are facing Oklahoma, but we get Texas and Mississippi State is the other two, which those are both very winnable games. Texas only had 1 win last year. So I don't think this is the year to schedule OSU week 1. I kind of want an easier road opponent. I wouldn't mind losing 1 million. Could take on like a Purdue. Let's do that. Let's go to Purdue and go to Ross Aid. Yeah, I like that schedule. So I think, again, the murderer's row isn't until later. I think if we're in this Alabama game with only one loss, I think we have a chance. But if we take two losses in our first six games, we might be in trouble. I think this is a good competitive schedule. We only have five home games, but three of them are in the last 4 weeks of the season, which I like. Week five bye is fine. I prefer, like a seven or an eight, but whatever. Yeah, I think I like that schedule. We take on a, shall we say, average, below average Big Ten team, the best team, or no, Louisiana Tech's in the Mountain West now. That's right. And they went 9-0 in the Mountain West last year. Oh, dear God. Fair enough. Yeah, and then Duke, who's still in the ACC, chilling, making a bowl game every year. They made the playoffs a few years ago. All right, I like that schedule. It's a net payout of zero, which is that is what it is, but I think that's a good schedule. All right, let us advance to 2037. Moving on over. Moving on over. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. All right, position changes. So the two I had written down were of my safety group because I don't need eight safeties. And so the question becomes essentially of my top five, who do I want to actually play? Julian Pettit, I think I kind of want to move to corner because he's my worst tackler out of really the top five. And I think I'd rather put him at corner, where now he's my corner five. He is competing with like Calvin Beasley, who wants 40% of snaps. So that might get a bit awkward. But Mario Combs isn't going to play. So I'd rather we put Pettit in there because I'm losing Combs, Baird, and Bowie after next season anyway. And then the other one I had written down is, do I move Elias Campbell to corner also? I'm a little hesitant to do that because Almanza graduates after this season. And then Richard, Quinn, and Rivera all graduate after the next. So I think I'm going to leave Campbell at safety. And then him and Cyrus Nash can kind of compete for that. So I think our top three safeties are going to be Richard, one, Almanza, two, Cash Quinn, three, which I think is fine. I do have 14 D line, but a lot of them are young guys with really good potential. So I kind of want to see where they shake out once the offseason gain happens. Wow, Chris Davies is bad, huh? Like he's a 65 overall corner. Great, he can't cover. So what's the point there? Yeah, linebacker, I think it might be worth it to move one of these D linemen to linebacker, but they're all really big. So, yeah, I think linebacker is going to be a position that we're just in trouble. Like Jorge Mann's going to be our fifth linebacker. That should tell you all you need to know. Would any actually, this might be a moment to move a safety to a linebacker. Like, do I have Braden Almanza roll up? No, he can't do that. Richard at linebacker? It might not be a terrible idea because Almanza is a really good safety. We have Cash Quinn there also. But if I move Richard to linebacker, he does lose a little bit in overall. But he's decently athletic. He's got great coverage. I don't have to worry about the tackling. The issue, though, would be the block shedding and all that. I don't hate that idea. Move Richard to linebacker. Let's do it. Yeah. So Campbell, Holder can redshirt at safety, and then it's Almanza 1, Quinn 2, Rivera 3. Maybe even Cyrus Nash 3. Who knows? But Rivera does have the playing experience, but he allowed 5 or 6 catches, so who knows? All right. Those are my moves. We're gonna have some we're gonna have some decisions to make it running back. Oh, looking at this depresses me. Oh boy. I'm scared. All right. Here we go, folks. We're gonna advance the week to the offseason game. Alex Palmer needs to improve mightily. Here we go. Everyone, re grab your Lucky Charms. Say whatever prayer, mantra you believe in. We need Alex Palmer to improve. I want to see a +5 in overall and for his IQ to go up by 6. That's what I want. That's the goal. May it succeed. Overall +5, IQ +6. I'm scared. If his overall only goes up by 2, I'm going to cry. It's going to be a sad day. Enrique Vicente is the best defensive lineman I've ever had. All right, here we go. We got our +5, IQ +13. We're back. We're back in business, folks, and ain't it grand? Palmer's overall goes up by 5. His potential increases again. +1 to arm strength, and who cares? +3 IQ, and who cares? 13 IQ. That'll do. Finley also, better arm strength, better potential. He's looking good. Cole Kelly, marginally better, but obvious. This is huge. That's huge. All right, Palmer. I expect big things. Ooh. Okay. Okay. +6 for Brian Eccles when he came off objectively a bad season at running back. Walls, excuse me, the JUCO goes up by 6. He's looking pretty good. Felipe Brinkley, much better ball security. Cole McNeil, his potential went down, which is a little scary, but +7 ball carrier vision. Yeah, so I think these 3 are obviously my 1, 2, 3. It's a question of order. Hayden Davidson, his potential got worse. I mean, ball carrier vision up by 8, but his speed didn't move. And then Harrison Wells, shout out the reverse flash, barely improved at all in the athleticism department. But so yeah, I think it's going to be Eccles, Walls, Brinkley, and then Davison Wells red shirts. All right, wide receiver. Very good. Very good. Gregory +7. His speed's now 114. Hines +7. He's much quicker. Colin Chang, only +1 catching is a little disappointing, but route running up by 7 is really good. 5-star Roger Navarrete gets a little bit better. Damian Perry coming off the red shirt, much better ball skills. Oscar Costello coming off the red shirt looks a lot better. Mauricio McMillan, he didn't play a lot last season, but +8 speed, +9 route running is nice. River Boyd is just never going to play anywhere. It's quite sad, really. Scott Wills, the 2-star guy we found in the transfer portal, even though he's a recruit. His potential didn't change, and his speed went up by 9, catching by 5. We could have someone there. We could have someone. So I think Roger is going to play in his first JUCO year. We'll see how it all looks in order. Tight end, Christian Vaughn up by 5. Very good, sir. Very good. Maxwell Welsh, much better blocker. Not much from the rest, unfortunately. Yeah, Graves and Tyson, the 2 guys we redshirted. Yeah, I think tight end is, we run the air raid. Tight end's not going to matter that much, but it's going to be an issue next year. Oh, boy. Well, I promised Covington 60% of snaps. He is currently my 7th rated O lineman. His strength got worse, guys. His strength got worse. I mean, this is just a thing of beauty. Everyone developed well except for Covington. That's kind of funny. Clayton Love +5. Cade Arnold is our highest rated O lineman. Yep. Oh, look at this, folks. Before they're even in the door, Drew Ritchie, Roman Hardy +7. The future at O line is secure. Okay. The future is secure. Yeah, a little bit of an awkward situation because Covington wants 60% of snaps, and it's going to be tough. I mean, he's higher than Powers, but I don't know if he's higher than Love. Oh boy. We'll see. Kicker, Brady Poon, who's going to be our kicker, +2 power and accuracy. Yeah, he's going to be our punter also. So Brady's our kicker punter for 2 years, and then maybe here Knowles takes it afterward. D-line, Enrique Vicente continues to just be phenomenal. He is 103 strength, 103 tackling as a sophomore, folks. Wisconsin let this kid walk out the door. Remember that. Always remember that. But pretty good gains elsewhere. I mean, Diego Pierce +6 is big. Benjamin Gist +6. Zachary Case may not play, but he has 110 block shed. My God. Raymond Veal, who we redshirted, looking very good. Yeah. I like our D-line group a lot. Last year, I would say was probably our worst position group, but now it's looking really good. All right, linebacker. This could be ugly. It is indeed ugly. I am very glad I moved Richard to linebacker. Very glad. Because had I not, we would have been in deep trouble. Kellen Haney's the only one that has decent gains. Miles Byron got better in coverage. He's just the man has mid high 80s and everything. You can't be mad at it. So yeah, Richard, he'll get a decent amount of playing time at linebacker. I think I might only play with 5 linebackers. Like I don't think I want Jorge Man out there. That is something to note. Ooh, Calvin Beasley +7. We love that. +13 zone up to a 99. Very good, sir. Yep. So he'll be our fourth corner. Mario Combs just finally developed, but it might be too little too late. Julian Pettit, who I moved a corner, gets 9-man coverage boost, becomes a worse tackler or worse block shedder. It's fine. Oh boy. That is pretty funny. Good looking corner group. Safeties. Nash overtakes Rivera, but yeah, Almanza safety 1, then Quinn, then one of these two guys. All right. Ooh, Holder. His potential went up to an A-. It's pretty good. We could have something there in Dominic Holder. All right. Overall, I mean, look at Alex Palmer. I can't really complain. Let's go to game plan install. All right. So we have a new offensive coordinator in Derek Thomas, previously of Coastal Carolina and FIU. But he's an air raid guy, so we're not changing any of that. We're still sticking with a 3-4. Let's save in advance and go to the spring. And what is always my least favorite time of just recruit list filtering, sorting, moving guys up and down. It takes so long, but we'll get there together. We will. We're what, nearly an hour in? So yeah, hopefully it won't take us too long. First, though, we have some depth charting to sort, and we have a couple difficult decisions to make. QB is obvious. Palmer 1, Finley 2, Kelly 3. Running back, I think we are going to play Walls. Do I want to play Walls as a... See, this is the question. Do I think it's worth it to play Walls as his first year? Because then I think it is. Because I mean, Brinkley did pretty well last year. Part of me wants to have Walls sit for the year. And then have a 2 running back tandem. I think that's a little risky, though. Now we're going to play Walls. I'm going to play Walls. I'll have it Eccles, Walls, and Brinkley as our 1, 2, 3. And then we'll go from there. All right, wide receiver. So this is where things might get tricky. Because I'm redshirting 3 guys at the bottom. So I only have a total of 8 wide receivers. And Gregory is 1. Davis is 2. Chang is 3. Roger, who's definitely playing year 1 of his JUCO, is 4. And then is where things get interesting. Do I want Perry Costello or Mauricio, who did okay last year? The thing about Perry that worries me a little bit is, I mean, Perry is also quite quick. I'm going to have McMillan over Costello. My argument being I'm getting a little quicker. No, actually, there's no argument there. I'll have Costello. McMillan will just sit. We'll see if he complains. Tight ends. I mean, it's Van, Welsh, Jamal Williamson will probably threaten a transfer, but so be it. O line. Okay, okay, okay. So I think I am going to have Jalen Harmon red shirt his first JUCO year. Because realistically, he's on the outside looking in of my starters. So we'll keep him back there. Jesus One, by the way, has played in 2 games thus far. Got 1 pick, 1 sack. Okay, let's look at O line. So Arnold. So Arnold, Griffin, Malachi Austin are my 1, 2, 3. Covington, I think, is ahead of Powers. I think he's ahead of Love. He's not ahead of Hellman, though. So if here's hoping fifth gets you 60% of snaps. Sergio Mitchell and Xavier Powers. I mean, I paid both of them money to stay. So, and I think they developed well enough where they're going to play. The issue, though, is they're the exact same offensive linemen. So I feel like hindsight, I should have just picked one. Because, I mean, Powers has 1 better run block, Mitchell, 1 better pass block, and Mitchell also has 1 better strength. Like, they're the same linemen. Clayton Love, I think, needs to play because he has 92 pass blocks. So it's a little harsh on Adon Short and Royce Bell. But yeah, I think that's where we're at. So pretty young O-line group. I mean, Arnold and Austin are the only seniors. It's not too shabby. All right, let's look at D-line now. So D-line, I mean, I like a lot better than I did last year. Keep in mind, you could say that bar is in hell. Yeah, Brennan Doherty did not play much last season. All right, Vincente's 1. Duh. Durham is 2. Darren Allen, who also did not play much. I mean, he just can't tackle. That's the issue. But he has 100 strength. I think I kind of want. I think Diego Pierce is 3. My argument being I accept his strength is a little worse, but he's a better tackler, much better in pursuit. I'm only losing a bit of block shed, and Pierce had 34 tackles and 8 pressures last year. So I think Pierce is 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is wide open. So what do I want to do? I mean, Ben Gist played a bit last year and did okay. So did Doherty, but like, would I rather play the kids? I think Gist over Veal. I'm getting a better block shedder, much better tackler, better pursuit in exchange for 17 strength. I think that's fine. I think I'm going to have it be Allen, Case, and Gist. So that means Veal and Darty on the outside looking in, which I think I'm okay with. They're my worst tacklers outside of Darren Allen. They're my worst guys in pursuit outside of Darren Allen. Veal is strong, but he can't tackle. Doherty is just kind of a jack of all trades. I think that's where I'll keep it. Linebacker. First things first, we're going to 5. Let's just get that obvious point out of the way. All right. So Haney at 1. Duh. Byron or Boyle, I think, is the question. Like Miles did really well last year, but Boyle gets me a much better block, shedder, pursue, tackle. I think I'll have Boyle be 2. Byron is 3. And now becomes the question, how much do I value Richard's pass pro? And I think the answer is a lot. So I think Alejandro Chu is going to be 5. Jorge Mann, Chris Davies off the bench. A little scared of that. Let's be frank. All right, let's go to corner. So corner is where I am probably going to have the most people threaten to transfer. Um, First things first, I think we are going to go to 6. Bowie, I don't want to be number 1. But I also don't know if I want Baird. I mean, it can't be Hodges. He has 65 zone. Like that's terrifying. So I think we're gonna have Baird be 1. Bowie. It could even be Beasley. Like, nah, he's not that quick. I think I'll have Beasley be 4, or excuse me, be 3. Hodges is 4. Pettit at 5. And now, who do I want at 6? Because I need to play 6. If I don't play 6, like I could have 4 corners all threaten to transfer. Gage Friend is just never going to play, and I feel so bad for him. I think it might be the time for Mario Combs over Simon Queen. Yeah, I think we're going to have Mario play, and we'll see what happens. Okay, safety. Campbell and Holder, red shirt. Almanza is 1. Better tackler. He is worse in coverage, but he's quicker and he has 93 IQ. I'll take that. Quinn is 2. And I think, I mean, the problem with Nash is 76 tackle at safety is a little scary. But Rivera is worse in coverage. I think I'll go Nash. Kicker is Poon. Punter is Poon. Return specialist is Gregory. That's my depth chart. I think we're looking a lot better than we did last year. I think safety is a little ugly, but that's because I moved Pettit to corner and I moved Richard to linebacker. Other than that, I think we're looking pretty good. All right, ignore the starters by class because it's wrong. But I mean, we only have 14 seniors, so it's a pretty small senior class. I got 33 freshmen in total. Pretty good. All right, let's go through really quick each position and talk about recruiting. So, quarterback, I think we didn't bring one in last year. I think this year we'll look because assuming Palmer's our QB next year, the QB I bring in could redshirt. Running back, I think so. A lot of it could depend on, what happens with Walls, but I think playing him is the correct decision because I just don't think McNeil is ready, and I don't want to go to 2 running backs. Wide receiver, I think we are okay, but usually, wide receivers always want to come here because we're in the air raid. So tight end, we need to look at. In other words, every offensive position because we obviously need to look at O line because always recruit O line. Kicker, I think we're okay. D line, I really like our depth, but We weren't able to find a great D line recruits. I think Austin Stone is okay, but Desmond Newkirk is really far away from playing. We are kind of young at the position. So far, I'm just writing every single position down, by the way. Linebacker. I think we're kind of okay at linebacker in terms of our. No, we're not. What am I saying? Linebacker. I am literally writing down every position. Corner. I didn't recruit any last year. So, yes. Safety, I do not need to. I got Campbell, I got Holder down here. So, in other words, I've written down every single position besides safety and kicker. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. All right, we're just gonna sim practices and do auto trainings. All right, let the recruiting commence. Let's look at recommended targets first, just to get that out of the way. 5-star linebacker with C potential. No, thank you. What's your potential, buddy? B plus. I did a list, but I don't know. Zion Scott. You're much more interested in James Madison. It's the end of that discussion. Leonardo Hall. You are much more interested in everyone else. I'll add Herrera. Eh. Looks like us and Washington are just in for every running back on the known planet. Jaden Bell has C minus potential, but I like his numbers. Oh, there we go. Wide receiver acquired. Boston Goodman. I don't care this catching C plus. He has A plus potential. Get him in the building. There we go. We have our wide receiver now. Bryce Strong wants to be a star. Well, you can go be one of Bama, I guess. Man, this is not the greatest list any of us have ever seen. Must admit. JUCO linebacker wouldn't be the end of the world, but do I really want to compete with OSU and like Notre Dame? Answer: sure, why not? I'll add the O lineman. I'll add the JUCO D lineman. That might not be a bad idea. And then this guy looks like could play corner. No. He does look good though. Safety. Why not? At a certain point, I have to stop adding 4 stars, but I don't know when that point is. So that's just kind of where I'm at. If I go for a kicker this year, that means he redshirts when Poon's a senior and then just takes the starting job. Maybe. I like this guy too. Okay. That's 12 targets. Let me send. I'm just going to send everyone but the kickers to camp. Just to get as many points as I can, and then we can see like where we're at with a lot of these guys. Okay. So let me take a look at quarterback. First of all, do any of the 5 stars care about me? There's only one 5-star QB? Wow. Wow. Have fun, OSU. 4 stars. Oh, yeah, there's quite a few. Okay. Whoops. What's the interest? 86 JUCO. JUCO wouldn't be bad, honestly, because I could redshirt him year 1 and then have a dynamite starter for 2 years. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Let me add the JUCOs and turn points ahead. Good Lord. F minus IQ is just too scary. Like, not a lot would scare me away from a guy without knowing his potential. That kind of does. I'll add Hall. Why not? Gibbs is already on there. Okay. I'll just pick a day and just add all of them. All right. Just give these guys the best pitches I can. TCU is favored for both JUCO QBs. Don't ask me how. They're going to play one, redshirt the other. Then the next year they're going to redshirt the first man, play the other, and then I have no clue what to do that third year. It's the prediction. All right. And then, are there any players that I am ahead on right now? I can just add to the list to get some passive scouting on. The answer, yes. There's like a bajillion. I have 20 target spots open. I'll add him, but 61 IQ is pretty low. Eaton is already on the list. I found my wide receiver. I don't need to look elsewhere. Gibbons, I'll need to see the speed. Pearson is a sure. Reed is a no. Gilmore's a no. Bird is a no. McIntosh is a yes. Remember I said I didn't need a safety? Don't believe a word I say. Edwards is a no. No. Jorge Avery's a yes. How many spots? 15. All right. Conway is a no. Bates is a yes. Juco. Wiley. I'll add him. Ooh, I like Joe. I'm already ahead on a kicker. Add him to the list. Page is a no. Singletary is a no. Williams is a heck yes. Melton has a potential. Add Clark. Brock is a yes. Lindsay's a no. Bernard's a yes. Well, we're looking at 6 safeties. Some would say I need to trim that list. I would disagree with the sum. All right. All right, I'll give the best pitch I can to these few guys. All right. Initial wave of recruiting done. Let's advance the week. Get some passive scouting done, see if we can learn some potentials. Auto sim scouting. Our offense is having a lot of trouble unless defense is going cover 3. All right. Let's look at the QBs. Let's just get this out of the way. I think I will send. Here, let me scout so I can get info on the JUCOs because they're in their own separate tier. Let's send the JUCOs to camp. Actually, here I'll send. Hall is out. He has C potential, and I'm behind. Fox. We'll see. I'll let him attend camp. Why not? All right. Let's look at the five running backs. Jaden Bell. I mean, the thing with Bell is his potential is bad, sure, but like he has the high 70s, low 80s, and everything you care about. Atkinson is a superstar. Do we go for him? He's more interested in Washington, more interested in Notre Dame. He does not care about money at all. Oh boy. Herrera, I think, is a no. He's Scout Williams. I like Williams. The benefit of getting, like, I don't think it makes sense to go for three guys. So, well, to be fair, it might. Because really, it's do we try for Atkinson? I think we should. Bernard, I think I'm out. Well, he does have B minus potential. I'm going to keep all four of them on the list because I'm indecisive like that. Wide receiver, we already know. We're going hard on Goodman. I know that his catching is bad and his route running is even worse, but he's quick and he's got A plus potential. Like that'll see me through the day. What's my wide receiver? I got two seniors, three juniors. Might be worth it. Look at wide receivers again. Hold on. Eh, not a great list, I admit. All right. That was wide receiver. Tight end, I haven't looked at yet. I need to. O line, D plus for Hudson. Get him out. Avery, I'm going to send to camp. Yeah, I need to look at O lineman again. Kicker. So, hello, lads. I'm going to send a Bush to camp and have a quasi kicker competition. Willard, I think, is fine. The C plus potential is a little low, but he's a JUCO. Probably won't play year one anyway. And he already has 92 block shed. I'm okay with that. All right, now I'm looking at five linebackers. Xavier Bates, I'm going to be honest. I mean, he does like me more. Barr is a hidden gem, but he also really wants to go to OSU. He's really good too. That's the problem, ain't it? Clark can't really cover. Melton is quite raw. Yeah, I think I'm out on Bates. Am I out on Bates? I'm out on Bates. And Pearson doesn't look very good. Yep. Those are my linebacker targets. Corner. Quinn Malloy. I think I'm out. I know his potential's good, but he has not a lot of interest in me. Thomas Brock could be okay. And then behold my army of safeties. Oh, Lucas Eaton's D plus potential. And he wants to be a star. Man, it's unfortunate. Get him off my list. Then I'll keep Swift on there because he is a potential. Yep. So right now I'm at 26 names. Could be worse. Then I need to look again at O line, D line, and tight end. I think are the three. Feeling kind of iffy. Could also bring in another wide receiver if I really want to. But being out of scouting for that is rough. All right, let's look at tight ends. Any tight end really want to play for me? Yes, and they're all 2 stars. Neat. All right. Interest ain't bad. Juco. Juco wouldn't be the end of the world. All right, let's add some tight ends and we can just have a tight end competition. Add some O line. And we'll add some D line. All right. Our target list is now full. Let us advance to the summer and begin cleaving it with a scythe, as is our wont. Auto some practice. Okay, offense is starting to do a little bit better. Whoops. Trainings. Okay, recruits. Once again, my 7 QBs. Okay, first of all, Graham, his potential is too low. Rooney, potential is too low. Let's look at the JUCOs. Gabriel Gibbs looks good, but he has 94 interest in TCU. Hart has more interest in everyone around me. B minus potential. And Fox, I mean, the concern is he has 61 IQ. I think Baxter, I'm out. He wants to be a star, but if that IQ doesn't take off, we're kind of in trouble. Doesn't really have that good of an arm. I think Bates, I don't feel like fighting with Notre Dame for a guy. So I think Fox is going to be the recruit we go for. Of the two JUCOs, I think Gibbs is objectively better, but he has 94 interest in TCU. Whereas Dakota Hart, he has more interest in TCU and San Diego. Yeah. All right. I think Gibbs and Curtis Fox can be the 2 QBs we kind of go after here. All right. Running back. I am back at my option paralysis. I just need to decide if I want to fight for Atkinson. 5 less interest. He doesn't care about money in the slightest. So we don't really have that to hold over him. I think Williams wants to be a star, so he probably won't take lightly to being redshirted. Pardon the cough, also. Apologies. Bernard, I like. I think Bernard, I'm going to go for. I'll send him to camp. I think he's a very low risk, high reward play. Jaden Bell, the potential does scare me. He's kind of a jack of all trades. But if I'm going for Bernard, I don't think I need Bell. So I'm out on Bell. And I think like Johan Williams is good, but it's foolish to fight JMU. I mean, he has 90 interest in me. I think I'll try and go for both men. That seems silly, though. That does seem very silly. Yeah, I like Williams a lot, but at a certain point, I need to choose, and I think that point is right here. I think I'll go for them both. We'll see how that looks. All right, 5 tight ends. I'm going to send them all to camp. So we'll address tight end next week after I sim. O line, I'll send them to camp and I'll scout to get your potential. B plus. Not the end of the world, but he's got 58 blocking. We'll see. Jorge Avery. I mean, D plus potential is grim. However, he's got 77 strength, 77 run block. Like, I think it might be worth it to go for him. All right, kicker, give me the potential. D plus for Atkins. Yeah, so I think Atkins is out. So it's between Bush and Matthew. And Matthew is so much worse. Yeah. All right. So Carmine Bush, I think we're going to go for him as our kicker. Looks like Penn State is not that interested. So hopefully we can build a lead here before they realize. D line. Give me your potential. A plus. Done. Found him. I'm out on Baker. I think Willard I'm going for. 92 block shed. Come on. Miles looks terrible. Boone looks terrible. I'll save myself some pitches on them. Linebacker, I mean, Barr, I'm going to fight OSU for. I mean, he's that good. Melton has the potential. Clark also saw potential. Juco. I think I'll go for all of them. We're going to go for all three here. A good linebacking group, too. All right, corner, Brock. I think Brock might get cut. We'll see. It's a little scary. I can schedule a visit with McIntosh. Well, I don't want to do that yet. I don't even know if I want to go for him. Swift, though, has a potential. So I think, regardless of if he's a safety or he's a corner, he can't do anything besides cover zone, which is quite impressive if we're being honest. So I think for now, I'll leave all these guys on my list until otherwise. I'm going to take Gibbons off. Or am I? Yeah, we'll see. All right, so that's all of them. I'm at 29 now, and that's with 5 linebackers on the list. So it'll get smaller. It will get smaller. I am out of scouting though, so okay. One last summer month to look at guys, send them to camp, and then we are out of here. I do wish you got more scouts than just 10. I would like over the preseason to maybe get like 15, and then once the games start, it drops to 10. I think that'd be nice, while we're on the subject. I think I'm going to go for all three of them. I don't know if I want Johan Williams the more I think about it. Like, he's got good power Gary vision. He's very well balanced, but Atkinson is like the guy. And I think JMU's going to fight me for Williams every step in the way. Might be a bit redundant to go for both. We're going to drop Williams. All right, Atkinson. He is going to be week 12 against Auburn. Bernard is Louisiana Tech. I know it's an early visit, but they're interested in him. So that's that. QB. Yeah, we're going to fight TCU for Gibbs. Whoa. Oh, South Carolina had a camp visit for Fox. Hey, hands off my Tennessee guy. Go away. Wide receiver. I mean, I'm cool with Boston Goodman. All right, let's look at the tight ends. Oh, boy. All right, so Knox is out. Horton's out. Monroe's out. What's your catching? 70. I mean, he only has C potential, but no one else is interested in him. I think I'll go for Allison only because no one else is interested, and it'll be essentially a free commit. Barry, I think, is worth doing. He's got A potential. Catching route running is already pretty okay. So we've found our tight ends. Let's look at O line now. Oh, dear God. All right, so Nixon's off. Matthews is off, though. He already has 70 run block, which ain't bad. Bobo. I think Bobo's off. Avery, I'm going to go for. Epps. What's his strength? 61. I mean, he has B plus potential, but he has 61 strength and 58 blocking each. Like, it's going to take a while to get good, but I think we'll do it. Let's schedule him in the Auburn game to build up that group of offensive players. Looks like Stanford's going to be the team we're fighting for the kicker. All right. D line, we have our two. Let's send Phelps to camp and schedule him. D line. Yeah, let's get. I think the Auburn game's going to be the one that we put a lot of our eggs in. Melton and Clark both to camp. I like Clark a lot. I wish he was more athletic, but so be it. Yeah, Auburn. I think we're gonna put a lot of stock into that. All right, so Brock. Here's my problem. He's not like sure he can kind of cover, but his IQ is a 54. His speed is probably in the mid high 60s, and he only has C plus potential. So I mean, he has 90 interest in me, like I said, but I don't know. Safety contingent. Potentials, please. Wow. Okay. McIntosh, I'm out. I'll let Washington go for him. Um, All right, I need to figure out if I want these guys to be. I think Swift, like, I think I'm out. Like, I know he has A potential, but he's more interested in Auburn. And let me get your coverages. Okay. I mean, Gibbons, it looks like has a similar profile, just a lot worse everything. So yeah, I'm out on Swift. I'll send these three men to camp. And then, so Cho versus Wiley. I haven't scouted them a lot. It looks like Cho is much better physically, as in athletically. However, Wiley, I think Wiley is definitely a safety. Cho, I could move to corner and feel okay about it. So that might be what I do. Do we play? No, not Kentucky Bama. Auburn. All right, so that's my list of guys I'm going for. It is at a perfect 20. I might look more at wide receivers. Oh, we'll send Brock to camp, I suppose. Do I even want to go for Brock? Sure, why not? When in doubt, give him a sure, why not? I think the interest is high enough and he'll be okay depth if nothing else. Last thing I'm going to do is look at wide receiver again. I don't have any scouting points left, which is a bit rough, but I'll just add some guys and see if any of them want to come on down. Oh, 5 recruiting actions available. My mistake. Suppose the smartest thing to do would, yeah, just let those guys go to camp and give pitches to the rest. Okay. So that is spring and summer recruiting done. All intents and purposes, that wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all. 80 expectation is win at least 6 games or the division. So the division probably isn't happening. So 6 games. Boosters, talk to me. Have a linebacker or an all conference. Probably need to be Haney. Beat Tennessee, sure. Have 50 or more 20-yard plays. That's not happening. That needs to change. Convert 47% of third down. Last year, we were 49, which was third in the country. Okay, 47% we'll take. Throw 27 total touchdowns. Yeah, that's not happening. Have a QB or an oh boy. Wide receiver or an all conference. I'll change that one to pass to 250 yards against Duke. Because I think we should do that anyway. I think we're going to go for a linebacker to earn all conference and just hope one of our boys balls out. Have a single player record 980 receiving yards. Did anyone even get close to 980? No. Man. You know what? Let's bank on our boy. Have a QB or an all conference. Oh, there's a chance we go like 1 for 5 out of these. It's a little scary. It's a little scary. But hey, we're backing our guys. QB or an all conference. 2 linebackers or 2 for a linebacker. We're going to be bold. We're the only team in our division not ranked. I hate it here. I should take the Oklahoma jab. Oh boy. Hopefully that's not the takeaway of this season, but we shall see. Yeah, man, I could have been in this. Oh, so upset. All right. Well, that is the end of this episode. I think pretty good going in the transfer portal. I think we failed to address running back as best we could. So we will see how things shake out for that this season. Hopefully, Eccles has a bounce back season and I don't have to worry about it as much. But you never know. Anything could happen. Other than that, pretty good going. Bolstered the O line, bolstered the front seven. And I think we have a pretty good football team, one that, should compete in the SEC again and go from there. But I thank you all for watching. See you next time.